Toys R Us. It's been fun. It's been real, but it has not been real fun. Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Fox, and welcome to this video. Another video talking about Toys R Us. They are unfortunately in the news again for money troubles. So I posted a video on Toys R Us filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Gosh, it was before the holidays hit. I think it was around October, maybe. I posted a video talking about Toys R Us and kind of my past history with the company, because I used to work for the Babies R Us side, but kind of all one thing. I predicted that Toys R Us wasn't going to make it through the holidays and they were going to go completely out of business. And a few people said, like, no, they're not going to. They're good. They're good. But they are not good. I think it was around. It was just after the holidays. I think January or so. They closed around 100 to 200 stores. Or maybe it was just before. No, it was just after the holidays. They closed several stores throughout the country. And I think just about two, like last month or just a couple weeks ago, they closed all their stores in the UK. Like, they went bankrupt in the UK, and all the stores are now closing down. And it sounds like they just recently, as either this morning or yesterday morning, they filed for a complete bankruptcy. Basically, they're closing all stores across the US now. And it sucks. It sucks big time. I feel... So I hate the company still. I hate Toys R Us as a company, but I feel just awful. I feel just awful for all the employees that are going to go through this. Like, I still know people that work for the company, and it's sad. And I had a buddy of mine who worked at one of the stores that previously just closed. Like, he lost his job, and that's freaking garbage. There's a couple things I'm going to talk about in this video about the TRU. Number one thing, some of the sites I've read online are saying some of the liquidation sales could start as soon as this weekend. If you go in to get some deals, number one, just double check that it's actually a good deal, would be the first thing I would say. And number two, please be respectful to the people that work there. You know, it's not going to be their fault if something's out of stock. It's not going to be their fault if something's not on a liquidation sale or is on a liquidation sale. Their prices are not going to be their fault. Please have respect for those people. Those people are losing their fucking jobs. They're losing their jobs. Straight up. They're not going to have an income possibly anymore. And that's terrible. That's just the main reminder. Please be respectful to all those associates that work there. Be respectful for people that work retail in general. Like, we get a lot of crap from customers. It sucks. So just remember that. Be respectful for those people are losing their jobs. Like, if you're not in that position more than likely, because you're going to shop for Legos that are going to be on discount, or video games that are going to be on discount. Just respect those. Have some respect. Common decency is all I would say. There we go. So I got this brought up. So that's CNBC's website here. Toys R Us prepares to liquidate its business. Unfortunately, the retailer could file as soon as the end of Wednesday, making the motion official. It will begin to wind down the storied retailer after more than half a century in business. And it's so sad because, like, all of us legitimately remember, like, running to Toys R Us as a kid. Looking at all the coolest toys, just a giant toy store. Like, what could there be better for a kid? And even as an adult, like with this, my inner child is in tears, crying and weeping because of the loss of Toys R Us. But the adult in me who's worked for the company wants to just flip them off. And that's not to the employees. It's more to, like, people at, like, the corporate level and higher that, like, because you guys have never gave a crap about your employees, and it's deserving in a lot of ways. And you've also never learned from your past mistakes on how to run your business. Like, like every other business that's still thriving and surviving in 2018 and leapt through the recession that we had a few years ago, they've changed the way they operate. Uh, they've changed the way that they approach customers, how those customers want to be approached. And I feel like Toys R Us has never tried or like they haven't tried hard enough to get that going. The liquidation will most likely be closing all of Toys R Us's 800 U.S. stores in the U.S. Like I said earlier, they've already started closing down their stores in the U.K. And now they're closing all their stores in the United States. CNBC also goes on to say it will be a huge blow to the toy industry, which was relied on it for supplying row after row of toys in the premium pricing. Toys R Us has accounted for 15 to 20% of U.S. toy sales in the last year, according to Geoffrey's analysis, Stephanie Widslick, whoever some of these people are. Without Toys R Us to sell its products, toy makers need to rely on Amazon and compete for limited shelf space on big box stores. That's definitely a big thing. Like Fred Meyer doesn't have a huge toy selection. Best Buy is starting to sell a few toys. We sell Legos and stuff now, which is kind of cool. But yeah, and it's going to be a huge hit, not just for Toys R Us. Like, hundreds of thousands of people are going to lose their jobs because of this closing of Toys R Us. And a lot of toy manufacturers are also going to lose money. Shares of CNBC goes on to say shares of toy maker Mattel has dropped 8%, since CNBC reported the retailer was weighing bankruptcy filing in September, while the rival Hasbro stock has shed about 4.6%, almost 5% in a drop. That sucks. Toys R Us entered bankruptcy so it was in September. I was thinking October. It was September when I talked about that. There were $4.9 billion in debt. Man, God, that's a lot of money. So one of the main reasons Toys R Us, like, if you remember my video back in September, they were doing like Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which would have been a buyout of some kind. However, they needed to really capitalize on the holiday, the Christmas season for the toy shopping, and they just didn't. There was another, I forget what website, I was just looking at it. Another site claimed that the sales from the holiday season were lower. They were way lower than their expected worst possible scenario, and that is what has pushed Toys R Us to completely close every single one of their stores in the U.S. As they did in the U.K. So the Street.com, Toys R Us is going out of business, closing all 740 of its U.S. stores over the coming months. The 70-year-old retailer has been the stalwart in the bricks and mortar battle against the Amazon Inc. But it seems even Geoffrey the giraffe couldn't withstand the Amazon effect. It's not just Amazon. It's not just Amazon. Like, Amazon's a big competitor for everybody. Like, everybody. Even Best Buy was getting stomped by Amazon for a really long time. CEO David Brandon told employees Wednesday that Toys R Us will liquidate all of its stores in the U.S., but will try to bundle its roughly 200 stores in Canada to shop for a buyer. The company's online operations are expected to continue for now in the hopes of finding a buyer. Let me bring this one back up. Let me bring this one up so you guys can see what the hell I'm reading. This is what I was just reading to you guys. I brought it up on my screen so you guys can actually see it. CEO David Brandon, blah, blah, blah. The chain filed for bankruptcy in September, citing a $14 billion liabilities at the time. The holiday shopping seasons look to have simply been not strong enough to get Toys R Us back on its feet. In the United Kingdom, the company will close all of its 100 stores in 6 weeks, costing about 3,000 jobs. It's another 3,000 jobs in the UK. Like, it's god-awful. According to the BBC, by Wednesday, March 14th, about 25 stores have closed in recent days that were due to shutter doors by Tuesday, March 15th. Closing down, yeah, a bunch of little Toys R Us now open. Closing. Everything must go. Terms and conditions. God, that's sad. These are pictures of some of the UK, some of the stores in the UK. It looks like. It's really sad. There is a Babies R Us store right there that says it's closing. That might be a side-by-side store. I should take a picture like that. It's awful, though. Might be a good time to go in and snag some store displays. Might sell them. Might sell those store displays. I'd be happy to buy those. So I'm trying to decide if I want to bring this portion of this video up or not. This was back when they first started closing some of those stores. And with the store closing, not everything's gonna close all at once. Like they're gonna close everything in stages, basically. But going back to why when you go shop there, remember those employees are losing their jobs. I want to go back to that. And one reason I'm bringing that up again is I have some inside information from somebody that still works for the company. I'm going to bring some of these messages up here. This guy here. This was a letter that they received, saying, "Hey, I'm like, guess what? Your store's closing. I'm sorry." This is our goal, and this was before they decided they were going to close every single one of their stores. They said most operations are all going to wind down mid-April, which is not even mid-April. Now everything's closing. That also goes on to say our goal is to place as many team members as possible at other locations, or provide severance packages, or provide severance as our normal practice. We also have a retention program for those who stay on with us during the closure process. It also says down here, this is a tweet from Toys R Us made on 2/23, so this was back in February when they made this tweet. We have plans to support our affected colleagues during this transition. Some will be relocated and to other stores, and if team members cannot be placed, he or she will receive severance packages. However, it seems like a lot of that was a lie from Toys R Us. There was a tweet that goes out here that says, it seems the mention of a severance packages is a lie. As of yesterday, employees of Toys R Us and Babies R Us, no employees of the closing stores will be getting a severance package of any kind, even if the employees have been with the company for 4 years like myself. 6 years wasted. It's just awful. And I mean, number one, to me, it doesn't come as a surprise, because this just goes back to how I felt about how Toys R Us and Babies R Us treat their employees. The company is not good. It's just not good to their employees. The turnover rate's high, and that this is just a prime example of why they can't keep good employees in a lot of cases, and why they're going out of business. Because if you can't keep good employees, then your business isn't going to be good. And your business isn't good, then you're not going to make any money. It's a vicious cycle. And at the same time, like, I can't... Like, you should have expected this. The company is doing god-awful. How can they, like, when they owe $9 billion, they're like back due on a ton of different things. How can you expect them to give you a severance package? Like, there's no way. I highly doubt the hundreds of thousands of employees are going to lose their jobs. I highly doubt any of them are going to be getting severance packages. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. Like, they're like, no, Mike, you need to shut up. We're getting severance packages. We've been promised this. Let me know in the comments below. Like, I would love to hear about more success stories from Toys R Us and Babies R Us. And to all my friends who still, to all my like old colleagues that still work for Babies R Us or Toys R Us, good luck out there. I hope that you find a new job quickly. Okay, Amelia, hush. I hope you find success in your next career. Good luck. And Godspeed, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. I definitely will always reply to your comments. Let me know in the comments below, like, again, like I already said, if you're an employee and you've been promised a severance package, let me know some of the details on that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because that was back in February that got posted. Maybe there's some things that have changed since they're actually closing all their stores. Um, Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Just your opinion on Toys R Us closing all of its stores. There's still hope out there, like maybe a tiny little glimmer. And again, remember when you go for some of those sales, just be respectful to those people that are working there, because remember, they're losing their jobs. They're not going to be able to put food on the table for their families, probably. It sucks. Again, thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, please be kind to each other, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.